Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is Dalton, and we're back with another SPY trading recap video. We're going over Wednesday, August 26th, 2026, and I had a pretty rough day. I didn't lose a whole lot, but I did not trade very well. I had good vision, poor execution, and I held myself back from a lot of money, so a lot to learn from today. So let's get right into it here. I get in my first trade at 11:39. So right at the end of this candle, I get into my first trade, and I get into a put. And so it high volume right there, higher volume, broke right through the pre-market low. Usually I wait for a retest, but for whatever reason I just got in and I sold at 11:41. So I literally was in it for 2 minutes and I lost $9. So I got into a put, and right after this candle closed, this candle started going up, and I just like was scared that I was going to rip up to this, and I realized that I probably should have just waited and not got into a trade. So I just tried to cut my losses pretty short. So lost nine. Started my day off with a trade I probably just shouldn't have took. You know what I mean? And I get into my next trade a few minutes later at 11:48. So this candle, and this is why. This is what I was proud of that I saw here. I saw this reversal, or I saw that it was an opportunity for this because this was yesterday. It tried to sell off really hard and it got pushed up heavy. Huge wick got closed above that level. So I kind of was thinking like, you know, this would be a good spot for it to bounce and be, a lot of people are thinking sells or puts, and that's when it would bounce. So, I get into a call here and it goes up, gets pushed back down, and in this candle it goes up and it's getting pushed back down, and I didn't let the candle close. And this is why it's so important to let the candles close. So I sell at 11:52. So I'm in it for 4 minutes, and I lose $12. So just literally just panic selling. You know what I mean? Not even giving my trade any opportunity to play out. Like I just was like scared to see it go the other way, I guess. And so I sell, and literally right after I sell, this next candle it just rips. Higher volume would have been such a good play, and I would have got literally almost a perfect entry. You know what I mean? So that I'm pretty hurt that I didn't catch that, considering like I saw it, and like I'm glad that I saw it, but you know actually securing that bag would have been nice. So I don't get into my next trade till 12 o'clock, so I missed that. I get in right at the start of this candle, and so I get in at 12 and I sell at 12:17. I get no call and I sell at 12:17 for a $21 profit. So it was like literally right around here. Like I think I saw it hit it and then it started playing around it. And I didn't want to even hold and risk it reversing on me. So I just decided to lock in them profits. So 3 trades in, and usually like I finish the day with 3 trades max. I finished today with 7 trades. So just usually when that happens, it's not a very smooth day. So I get in my next trade at 12:55 here. Let's see, right here, and this is what drove me crazy today. You know, I'm around even at this point, and I see that it's flagging. I see that it's choppy, and I know better not to trade this stuff. You know what I mean? I know better. So I get into the trade anyway at 12:55, and I sell at one for a $6 loss. I get into a call. So I'm seeing it break out, and I just jump the gun, get in, and I see it get pushed back down and close. So yeah, I just sold for a little loss. Then I get right back in at 120. So right here, I get into another call. It's breaking out, and again, I don't let the candle close. I just hop in because this candle right here was higher volume, and again, I knew better not to trade this stuff. I got in and it rejected. That candle right there scared me, so I get in at 120. I sell at 124 for a $19 loss. So just, you know, I'm just getting chopped alive. I'm getting in and out. Just so many of my losses today were because I got in a trade that I shouldn't have got in, and then I cut my losses really early. So like it's great that I'm cutting my losses, I guess, small, but when you overtrade and do that, it adds up quick. So I'm kind of just like self sabotaging and spiraling right now. You know what I mean? Instead of being patient, and I get another trade at 129. So right at the end of this candle, right as this candle is closing, I get into a call and I sell at 130. So like I literally got in for a minute, and I don't even know why I did this. I got into a call right here at the end of this candle, and I sold a minute later for a $5 loss. If I just hold, I mean, look at that, look at that, easy money right there. And like I don't know why even take the trade if you're not gonna let it play out. You know what I mean? Why even take the trade if you're gonna be that scared to lose your money? You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like I'm just thinking about the money aspect too much instead of the actual trade aspect. Like, yeah, just that's holding me back from good execution, and execution is everything. Execution is just as important as seeing it and having the vision. You know what I mean? If not even probably more important. So, yeah, I take one more trade today at 145, and this is I played this breakout right here. This I get it right at the start of this candle, and I sell at 154. So right towards the end of this candle for a $16 profit. And obviously you see if I would have held that, it would have caught a nice little dollar extra, but you know, you live and you learn. It was definitely not a pretty day. It was pretty rough. I am not proud of it. A lot I could learn from this day. You know what I mean? Because like, look at that. If I just stayed into that trade right there and I let that play out, that's a decent trade. That was like $1.50 right there, and then another $2, $1.50 right there. So just just not a good day for me. But I'm glad that I kept my losses very minimal. I lost $14 a day on the day. So all them trades I only lost $14. I'll take that, I guess. There's been a lot of days where when I'm in like the 7, 8, 9, 10 trade days, I'm down like $100, $200. So it is what it is. You live and you learn. Um, Definitely ready to lock back in tomorrow. Hoping the market's good. Hoping I see a good opportunity, and I'm gonna definitely try to take it and let my trades play out and not be so in and out scary tomorrow. So yeah, that's all I really got. So hopefully you all made some money. If you didn't, hopefully you learn. Hopefully you learn something, and hopefully you learn something in this video. So appreciate y'all watching as always, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.